and you did. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Joni. Hey, Country Cutie. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. What was the other one? I'm sorry, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Thank you, whoever sent the heart meme. Hey, Lori. That's all right. His name is Joseph Allen McDaniel. Thank you, Lily, baby. Joseph Allen McDaniel. I know that's right, Alyssa. Hey, Carly. Thank you, Jennifer. Hey, Nicole. Hey, well, sorry. Hey, Dylan. My question is it him or Tara? It's Tara. They don't even really get on TikTok. This is Tara. Now, I will say there was one time that I seen a Chrissy Dawn coming in my live and I blocked it just for shits and giggles because ain't no Chrissy Dawn gonna be up in my live. Hey, Andy. I think so too, Kathy. Virginia, yeah. He lives in Blacksburg, Virginia. Oh, and what is it? Givens Lane. And I'm going to be driving old Givens Lane as soon as these come back from the beach. We're going to have a whole conversation on the live. You might get to watch a show and all. They better be glad they was at the beach today. Because I was looking to go find pictures of him and I realized they was at the beach today. And I was like, well, I guess I won't be driving to goddamn Blacksburg today. Because I was going to. You want to talk to some stranger ass bitch you don't know at all that's bitter. Thank you, Lori. That's so cute. So you might as well talk in front of all the other stranger ass bitches. Huh. But I would love to have a conversation with him about how many times he done whooped up on me or made me do something I didn't want to do or ripped my work uniform up or tried to run me over with a car because I was trying to go to work.
Hold you down and pour every liquid in the fucking house on you.
She don't. She just a stalker, Kim. That's all. She just a stalker. She couldn't find nothing bad on me when it comes to him, so she had to find him. Like when you look, you know, him up, you find a bunch of assault charges, drug charges, grand larceny charges, violation of probation, because he's an awful person. I got that charge too, Nikki. I'm not resetting. We'll be here till we go down. Resetting don't do nothing. If they want to get me, they'll get me. Yeah, they're credible. They are credible witnesses here, y'all. Thank you, guys. That's so credible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the sad thing is some of these violations are because he kept catching charges, assault charges on a family member. That would be the new girlfriend. I believe he got some type of, oh God, what was it? He threatened to bomb her house or something.
Some shit.
was like a bomb threat charge, something of that nature. Because he said he was going to blow everything up. So, child support, that's what we were talking about before we got banned. He has 2 kids with me. Do you remember what year we even went?
Oh, God.
They do, Christy, 2 little kids. Like, they recently had kids.
Like 2015? Maybe?
2 years after we was married? I feel like it was a little bit longer.
No, I don't think it was right at 2 years.
So how it started, is I kept trying to take him to court, and we would get to court, and he would boo-hoo and whine about how he didn't have a job, and all that was going to happen is he was going to go to jail, and please don't do that to him, and blah, blah, blah. And I dropped it, I believe, twice. Twice, I believe. I tried to give him time to get his shit together. He never got his shit together. I tried again. He still didn't get his shit together. And then, boom, here we are. So, when we finally went to court and we finally went in front of a judge, because again, he still didn't have a job, I didn't want to give him some ridiculous amount of child support that he wouldn't be able to afford. So I agreed to allow him to pay $300 a month for 2 children.
Couldn't even pay that.
And in my opinion, in today's day and age, $300 a month for 2 children is not shit.
Should I pay more than that for one?
Thank y'all for the gifts. It's not shit. My son eats that in a week. So, like I said, randomly I'll get checks and then randomly I won't. He'll work for a little bit. I'll get checks and then they'll stop. A year. Then they'll start, then they'll stop, then they'll that's been going on this entire time.
Actually, that's only been going on since you put it with DCSE, which was 2019. Because before that, he was supposed to give it to you personally.
Correct.
Never did.
You are correct. He was supposed to give it to me personally. He never gave me shit. So I finally filed a DCSE case on him. So, weekly, when I do receive anything, this is what I receive.
I think it's bi-weekly, actually.
It was weekly. I don't know if it's bi-weekly now. I feel like it's been a couple weeks. That is what I receive weekly. I believe 75 of it is for current, and the extra whatever it is goes to the back. The amount hasn't changed, even since Mackenzie's been an adult, because, he's so far behind. So, Train, please continue to talk to them. Because I'm going to be out here embarrassing all of y'all. I will sit here. What's the point, Dee Dee? My baby's almost 17. He don't really fucking pay it anyway. I would have rathered him just sign his damn rights over. Thank you, Andy. She did, Brittany. She did. That's what we've been talking about. Thank you, Angela. I think it's very sad that to see the difference and, you know, Mackenzie being here with our guidance and what she is now. It's sad. And you know, the crazy thing is I should have listened to my aunt. I should have listened to my aunt. When I first started dating him, I had spent the night at his house one night. It was the first night I spent the night. And I came back to my house to get some clothes. I was living at my aunt's house at the time. And I was downstairs getting some clothes. And I got to our stairs. And I heard my aunt talking to somebody, but there was nobody at the house. So I was like, who the fuck is she talking to? And then I realized that she was talking to my kid's father. At that point in time, we were just dating. So I stood at the bottom of the stairs and I was listening. And she was rambling on, saying how my dad, whom is deceased, was telling her to say these things. And I know I ain't gonna be able to say what she was saying, but I'll say she had a hollow out, holding on to it, saying it had his name written all over it. That if he did X, he would get it. If he did Y, he would get it. If he did Z, he would get it. She went on for, I swear it felt like an hour. I was so embarrassed. I remember being so embarrassed. But she swore that my dad, whom is dead, made her do that. That should have been my first fucking sign. So it wasn't long after that, I was living with him, you know, because I didn't have any family that would help me out. I sure didn't. I agree, Allison. She had never seen him before, ever. Never met him, never. It was the strangest experience that I've ever experienced. It was almost like she knew the type of person that he was. So the type of abuse that I endured, whew, was a lot. She was. Marie, she was. Of course, no, she didn't, Jenny. It was the strangest thing. It truly was the strangest thing. I was so embarrassed. I remember being embarrassed. Yeah. So the abuse started with like name calling and, you know, a lot of yelling and arguing and that kind of thing. And then it was like, it went from like name calling to tearing the house up. I never understood that part of it. But like I said, I've watched him turn refrigerators over. I've watched him turn Christmas trees over, entertainment centers over, you know, tearing doors off walls. He would rip my work uniforms. And the sad thing is, you know, most of the time we lived with his mother, and his mother witnessed all of it. And nobody ever tried to help me. That's for damn sure. Of course, it went from tearing things up to me. And like he would, it was I want to say it was one of the nights that I had him arrested. He's a very nasty living person. I would say yes and no, Marie. Not as bad that I knew of, but did have tendencies. He was a nasty living person. Like he not very clean. And there was a bunch of like drink cans laying around, glasses with drink. I even remember some had spoiled milk in it. And one night it was like he had all these, they were all on the dresser, and he poured them on my head. Anything that was in any of them. He would put cigarette butts out in them. And he was just sitting there pouring that stuff on my head. And then when he finished doing that, that wasn't enough. So he grabbed, it was a bottle of body spray, and he poured that on my head. And I remember not being able to breathe because of the fumes. And I believe that's one of the nights that I had him arrested. The last time was a 3-day fiasco. There was broken glass all over the floor where he had threw a phone at the fan, like a globed fan. It was like a metal entertainment center shelving type system that he turned over. He was like a Tasmania devil all the time. All the time. And he was always wanted to be smegdual. And usually after you get beat, you know, you don't want to have smegs. That's usually the case. But if you didn't, you know, you was going to get beat again. And I put up with it for 9 years. About, roughly. And I finally went to a domestic violence shelter. And that was where I finally got away. So I'm glad, you know, that Tara, I'm glad that you thought you ate there, baby. You know, I became an addict while we were together. Started with opiates. They always give you a script after you have a baby, and that was kind of how it started for me. But I always say it saved my life, you know, while killing me in the same breath. I truly believe that if I had been any type of sober, that I couldn't have done that. Thank y'all. if I could feel what he was doing to me and saying to me, I don't think that I would have made it through it. So it was a bad thing in an aspect, but it wasn't. And the moment that I got away, I began